Winter is not here yet, but oftentimes we start seeing snow on the ground in mid to late October. No matter how hard we try to be prepared, it always ends up sneaking up on us, so it's a constant struggle to keep up with all the stuff that needs to be done before winter. One thing we always hope to accomplish is getting some meat in before winter, and luckily this year I was able to do that. So, this was several weeks ago, but I was finishing up cutting up our meat and getting it stored in the freezer for us to live off of this winter. This is usually a couple day process when I'm on my own. If my husband's here to help, it doesn't take as long. We can get it done in one day. But this time I was doing it on my own, and I just like to have lots of meat for grinding up, stew meat for canning or making soups and stews, roasts, and also lots of steaks. This will feed our family through the winter, and it's very nutritious and much healthier than store bought meat. Our nice days are numbered, so we're just trying to get in as much outside time and activities as we can. Before too long, we'll be staring out the window into the negative temperatures and be glad that we had this time outside while we did. Even though there's lots to be done, I usually will find time in between for some fall baking. There is just something about baking in the fall and just the cozy feeling that it brings you to make fresh baked goods. This day I was making some huckleberry gluten-free muffins, and they can be substituted with regular flour 1 to 1, but I'm gluten-free and the kids didn't mind. They loved them. This was such a cozy and delicious recipe, and it will be posted on my blog if you want to check it out. But it was very simple and it made a great snack, even a great breakfast to grab and go. And they were only around for about 2 days because both the kids and I could not stop eating them. They also don't have a ton of sugar, and next time I think I'm going to use coconut sugar instead of regular sugar just to make them even a little bit healthier. These berries that we foraged for in the summer will bring us blessings throughout the whole winter, and my kids have been snacking on the berries just plain, but they also have so many different uses, from making these muffins to jams, jellies, syrups, and so many other things. I just love having these berries in the freezer. And every year we try to pick as many as we can because they are like gold. And not having to buy blueberries at the store is also a plus because they're super expensive. I baked these muffins in my vintage cast iron muffin pan, and I use cast iron for pretty much all of our cooking, and I just love how everything turns out. Now that snack time is over, we have more work to do. I have to get our boat put away for the winter. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to take it out much this year because my husband was gone, and I don't really ever have the desire to take it out on my own with the kids. But it needs to be put away for the winter in our shed. Luckily, it's pretty easy to hook up and move around, even for me. I don't love backing up trailers, but I can do it if I have to. And there isn't a trailer on the homestead that I can't hook up to and move if I need to. Since our boat was sitting most of the summer, it ended up collecting a bunch of water because we forgot to take the plug out, so I had to park it on a hill and let it drain for a little bit. The batteries will be fine since they weren't fully submerged, so that's a relief. This time of year, the weather is pretty sporadic. One minute it could be raining, and the next it turns to snow. One day when I was coming home over the back roads, I ran into some snow, and it was a reminder to me that winter is right around the corner. I definitely have my work cut out for me as far as firewood goes. We used to go through about 5.5 cords a year, but this year in our new house. I'm thinking we'll probably only need 4, but I'm still a ways away from that amount of wood. I have enough to keep me going for the next couple weeks, so every week, once a week, I stock up the porch. That way the wood is accessible and I don't have to go out to the woodshed every day or multiple times a day just to keep the fire going. It's a lot easier to just come out on the porch and grab a couple pieces of wood to stock the fire. Luckily, my kids love helping with this chore. It's good for them to learn responsibilities and learn to help out on the homestead. So the snow is coming and the wood pile is quickly dwindling, but I do have a plan to get some firewood, and we have plenty of it laying around on the property. So I'm not really worried about getting to a point where I run out or don't have any way to keep the house warm. My goal is just to try to not be out there getting firewood when there's several inches or feet of snow on the ground, because it does become quite a pain in the butt when it gets to that point. I like using these rounds to put in the fire at night because they tend to burn longer than the split wood. So I don't fill the whole porch with rounds, but I do keep a little section for my night stocking. When my husband left, unfortunately, there was a lot of stuff that he left that needed to be picked up still, and it wasn't intentional. He did the best he could with the little amount of time that he had. So now it's up to me to get everything picked up before the snow comes and buries it all. If something gets left out, it will not be seen again for the next 5 or 6 months because we have very long winters up here and we often get 4+ feet of snow. So it's very important to pick things up and make sure that we know where they are in case we need them during the winter. This is just a small section of stuff that needed picking up. There is so much more around the homestead to be done that I can't do it all in one day. But I'm just chipping away at it and getting as much done as I can. Sometimes we are lucky and we don't have snow on the ground until mid-December, but the last couple years it's been the beginning to mid-November where we got our first snow of the year that stuck and didn't go away. We often have a very white Thanksgiving, so this year I kind of have a feeling that winter will come early. We have had several snowstorms in October, where some years we won't see any snow in October, but it just depends. Even though they try to predict it as much as they can, we don't really know what's going to happen until it actually happens. So we have to do our best to be as prepared as we can for the worst. So every day I just try to pay attention to things that need to be done and pick up things as I go. That way, hopefully soon, when it starts snowing and sticking, I can look out the window and enjoy the beautiful snow instead of looking out the window and stressing out about all of the things that I may or may not have picked up before the snow came. And of course, sometimes some things are hard for me to do on my own, so I have to think outside the box and be kind of innovative with things such as this door that is very hard to close. I pretty much have to put all of my weight into it, and these things aren't an option. There's no just leaving it for later because the animals will get in there and make a mess of our stuff. Things will get wet and ruined or moldy, and even though sometimes things are hard, I still have to figure out how to get them done on my own. It isn't always easy, but if you put your mind to something and just tell yourself that you can do it, most times you really can do it. This little snowstorm is just a small taste of what's to come. It's a reminder of how beautiful yet how harsh winter can be. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy my videos, please make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment and let me know what you're doing to prepare for winter too.